Get ready to dive into a new horror story. Put on your headphones, turn off the lights, and let your mind wander through the darkest corners of imagination. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily stories. Now, take a deep breath and step into the story, if you dare. As the luminous connection between Clara and Sophia solidified, the clearing began to shimmer with a strange energy. Clara felt a rush of exhilaration coursing through her veins, but it was quickly eclipsed by a chilling realization. The shadows that had recoiled moments before were gathering again, their tendrils snaking along the edges of the clearing, eager to reclaim their lost prey. "Clara, we have to move," Sophia urged, her voice urgent, but edged with uncertainty. "I can feel them closing in." Clara nodded, forcing herself to focus. "We need to find a way out of this place. There has to be a path that leads us back to safety." But as she glanced around, the clearing seemed to warp, the familiar shapes of trees and shadows morphing into an unsettling maze, every direction looking equally treacherous. Before they could decide which way to go, the air thickened with the scent of damp earth and decay. The shadows twisted, coalescing into sinister shapes that echoed the figures of their past, the very fears they had fought so hard to escape. Clara's heart sank as she recognized them, remnants of their regrets, doubts, and unspoken words, swirling together in a whirlwind of darkness. "Clara, do you see them?" Sophia gasped, her eyes wide with fear. "They're the memories we buried. They're coming for us." The shadows lunged forward, each figure a grotesque caricature of their past selves, moments they wished to forget, choices they regretted. Clara felt a sinking sensation in her stomach as she recognized the faces of friends long lost, arguments left unresolved, and moments of weakness that haunted her. "No!" Clara shouted, her voice rising above the din of whispers. "You don't control us. We've moved past you." But the shadows continued to close in, their whispers rising to a deafening crescendo. "You can't escape who you are," they hissed in unison. "You can't outrun your past." Clara clenched her fists, feeling the weight of their words pressing down on her. For a brief moment, doubt crept into her heart. Could she truly escape the shadows of her past? But then she felt Sophia's presence beside her, a solid anchor amidst the chaos. "Sophia," Clara said, her voice steady, "we can't let them win. We need to face them together." Sophia nodded, determination igniting in her eyes. "We're stronger than they think. Our bond gives us power." With renewed resolve, Clara and Sophia stepped forward together, defiance coursing through them. The shadows recoiled momentarily, surprised by their united front, but they quickly regrouped, a cacophony of anguished cries filling the air. As they pressed on, Clara could feel the weight of the memories bearing down on her. The voices twisted and turned, tugging at her heartstrings, dragging her back to moments she had tried so hard to forget. She saw flashes of her childhood, her brother's laughter, their mother's warm embrace, and the day everything changed. Each memory was a double-edged sword, beautiful yet painful, tugging her in two different directions. "Clara, focus!" Sophia urged, her voice slicing through the haze. "Remember what we fought for. We're not alone." "Right," Clara replied, the strength of Sophia's words rekindling her courage. "We're not defined by these memories. They're a part of us, but they don't dictate our future." The shadows howled, swirling around them in a vortex of despair. But Clara and Sophia stood their ground, hearts intertwined in their resolve. Clara took a deep breath. Clara froze, paralyzed by its presence. The memories she had fought so hard to confront began to swirl again, threatening to drag her back into despair. "No," she breathed, her heart pounding in her chest. "You don't control me." Sophia reached for Clara's hand, squeezing it tightly. "We can do this, Clara. Remember who you are. You are not alone." Clara drew upon the warmth of Sophia's touch, the light still burning within her. "I am not defined by fear," she declared, her voice rising above the whispering chaos. "I am defined by my choices, my love, and my strength." With a fierce determination, Clara stepped toward the looming shadow, ready to face her greatest fear. The darkness lashed out, but Clara held her ground, her heart beating like a war drum. "You will not win. I refuse to let you control my fate." In that moment of defiance, the shadows trembled, their collective whispers quieting to a hush. Clara reached deep within herself, focusing on the light she had uncovered in the labyrinth, the love that had guided her through the darkest moments. "I choose to embrace my past, not to let it consume me," she shouted, releasing the light that surged forth from her heart. It exploded outward, illuminating the clearing and engulfing the shadow figure in a brilliant glow. The darkness howled in agony as the light encroached upon it, pushing it back into the depths of the void. Clara could feel the weight of her fears dissipating, the shadows losing their grip on her reality. With one final burst of energy, the shadow figure shattered into a million fragments, scattering into the wind like ashes. Breathless, Clara stood firm as the last remnants of the darkness faded away, leaving the clearing bathed in a warm, golden light. She looked at Sophia, who beamed with pride and relief, their connection stronger than ever. "We did it!" Clara exclaimed, a wave of exhilaration washing over her. "We faced our fears and overcame them." Sophia nodded, tears of joy shimmering in her eyes. Together, we're unstoppable. But as they reveled in their victory, Clara couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning. The labyrinth still held secrets, and the darkness they had confronted was only a fraction of the challenges that lay ahead. They needed to keep moving, to push deeper into the heart of the shadows. As they stepped forward, a new path began to unfurl before them, beckoning them into the unknown. Clara took a deep breath, ready to face whatever awaited them. She was no longer just a flicker of light in the darkness. She was a force to be reckoned with, armed with the knowledge that together, they could conquer anything. "Let's keep going," Clara said, her heart racing with anticipation. "There's more to discover." With Sophia by her side, she ventured into the heart of the labyrinth, ready to uncover the secrets that awaited them, determined to face the shadows together and find their way back to the light.